Hey creatives, Serena here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a unboxing of sorts of a set of Liquitex Basics 48-piece acrylic paints. I am deviating a little bit from my watercolors, which is the main thing that I do on this channel. So if this isn't your style, you can flip to another video that I've done. I've done plenty of watercolor videos and I'll have more coming up. But for now, let's take a look and see what comes in this box. Alright, let's see what's in the box. Now, from time to time you may hear my cat snoring. He's sleeping in the corner there, in his little spot. I can't get the camera over to him, so you won't be able to see him. But he's rather a large cat. He's a large orange Maine Coon, and he's taking himself a little nap. Okay, so I got this Liquitex Basics acrylic set because my set that I've had for years, which is a Soho Urban Artist acrylic set from Jerry's, has dried out a bit. Some of the caps have broken and then those tubes dried out. So I'm here replacing that set with this one. I thought I would try Liquitex. Now this is the Basics edition, not the professional, so it's affordable. It's quite affordable. It's a nice set of 48. Let's see what they give you. Now I already opened the plastic on this, so they slide out. I wanted to see what was inside and if they gave me everything that the listing said. I think I'm off by like 2 colors and they replaced them with 2 other colors. So let's see what we've got here. Alright, first off, I don't want to open these necessarily because I'm not really ready to do any acrylic painting at this point, but I could read off what we've got here. So we have cadmium yellow light hue, primary yellow, cadmium yellow medium hue, cadmium orange hue, primary red, dioxazine purple, primary blue, bright aqua green, dioxazine green, burnt umber, Mars black, titanium white. Okay, let's take a look at the next section. There's 4 of them in here. Here we've got cadmium yellow deep hue, and well, I'm getting a little glare on here. I'm going to put another auxiliary light on. There we go. Cadmium red medium hue, cadmium red light hue, naphthol crimson, cadmium red deep hue, alizarin crimson hue permanent, light pink, medium magenta. Oh my goodness, I can't see. It looks like quinacridone magenta, brilliant purple, deep violet, prism violet. Then we've got light blue violet, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue hue, phthalocyanin blue, cerulean blue hue, light blue permanent, hooker's green hue permanent, green deep permanent, light green permanent, brilliant yellow green, that's almost fluorescent, turquoise blue, yellow oxide, and then last but not least, here are some of my favorites because I really like neutrals. Naples yellow hue, raw sienna, red oxide, burnt sienna, raw umber, unbleached titanium, neutral gray 5, I'm sorry, so that's right in the middle of the scale, ivory black, silver, gold, bronze, and copper. It's nice that they add those little metallics in there. It makes it quite a nice set. Now these tubes are a little small. I'm used to having a little bit bigger tubes, and I did get years gone by some titanium white, a separate one from Jerry's. This you never have enough of. The whites, sometimes the blacks, depending on what you use it for, but I always find that you use a lot of whites, so if you're getting a set or you're getting someone else's set, just toss in an extra white if you can get a single white. It makes it nice, complete set. And there's nothing more frustrating than running out of white when you're in the middle of painting and you really need to lighten up a color. I don't want to open these right now, like I said, because I'm not ready to do a painting. However, I do want to look at a few of these colors. Now, I know they do have the box got a little bent up there from Amazon, but it's still functional. I do want to try the primary yellow, primary blue, and primary red. And I know they sell those in a separate set for mixing and to learn mixing. So I want to open this one, and I would like to try those three colors and see how they actually mix together. Okay? So let's take a look. Now, use a proper cutting tool. I'm always yelling at people in my videos for using things like this, because just because you can get yourself hurt very quickly and easily, and we don't want that. But get yourself a proper knife and use the proper knife. I was too lazy to do it. I'll admit it. I'm human. Okay, so I'm going to make some room here and pull out those three out of the tray. Okay, so I looked through my list again, and this was as it was listed on Amazon. Out of the 48, the only one that was missing was a bronze yellow, but they added a turquoise blue, which I think is a very, very nice shade. So I'll be happy with the blue. I can mix the yellow with the other colors, so I don't think I'm missing anything with that. And initially I thought they sent me two Mars Black, but they actually did give me an Ivory Black and a Mars Black, so that's fine. Let's take a look. I'll get this tray out of the way. Now what I'll do here, I've got an old, this is an old, look how old that is. I mean, I've used it for oil painting and everything. I've got an old palette here. This is just a paper palette, and I've used this for oils and acrylics and so forth. And I just want to take my dedicated palette knife. I have a dedicated palette knife only for acrylics. The glue's wearing off on that thing there, that end. But this is my palette knife only for acrylic. If you do oils and acrylics, if you can afford to, if you can, please try to use a separate knife, because no matter how much you clean your palette knife, you've still got some fine oils on it, and you'll make a mess with your acrylics there. So let me go ahead and make sure this is in focus and in frame, and I'll spill out just a little bit of these colors. I want to see what they look like mixed together and see if we can get the secondary colors with this primary set. Okay, so I have a little bit of a tighter view here. I do have the primary yellow. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of that on here. Get it going down. I just want a little blob. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll start with that. And we've got the primary red. Whoops, that spilled out a little bit more than I wanted, because, you know what? I wonder if I can get some of that back in. No. No, sometimes you can suck it back in if you've got like oil paints, but I don't think it's going to work with the acrylic. Well, I have a bit of red that I didn't want to waste there. You know, the tubes are not really huge, but now see, this has more air in the top. I should have been a little more careful with that. I'm going to wipe that top off because I don't want, you see how that's there? This is what ruined my other tops in my Jerry's set, my Soho set. I had quite a bit of, let me see if I can wipe that off actually, that way, and then I'll have less to wipe here. The acrylic paint kind of got inside the tube, it dried, and then when I tried to open, it like glued the inner part of the tube, the cap to the tube, and all I got was the outer cap, and it just ruined it. So let's take a look and see. You always want to take your lightest colors first. We know that. And I don't want to put too much on here. I'll just touch it. Just want to touch it. See, even that might be too much. But let's get this mixed in and see what kind of an orange we get. Oh, that is a nice orange. A little bit darker than I wanted because, again, I touched too much of that paint. But you can see that orange there. Let's see if we can get that a little lighter. A little bit lighter here. I'm just going to take a little bit of that orange and move it in. So there's a little bit of a lighter orange. Isn't that a nice color? And of course you can make any intensity you want. You can make it lighter, you can make it more red, but it does mix to a nice color there. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a medium orange going. Now that I would call a medium orange. That's more of a medium orange. Okay, so let's wipe this off. And you want to be sure when you're working with your acrylics, of course, because they dry so quickly, have your paper towel ready, especially if you're using a good brush. Have your paper towel ready and get that going on your brush. Don't let it dry out. Or get your brush in water. Okay, let's try this again with the blue because I'm working with the yellow. Let's try it again. I'll work over here. And this time I'm just going to get the slightest touch of blue. And I don't want to get too much, so I'll kind of move it off on the side there. There we go. And let's see what kind of green we're getting out of this. We mix it up there. I'll mix all of it. That's a very light, like chartreuse kind of color. Alright, so let's see if we can get a little bit more of the blue. And I think if I can work fast enough, maybe I'll kind of take a break from filming and see if I can use some of these paints in an actual project here really quickly, or even a study. There's a nice green. I mean, if you want a deeper green than that, you can still go a little deeper. Of course, I didn't put very much yellow in there. You're not seeing a lot of the paint, but I'm going deeper with that. And then even deeper, you can make almost a blue-green. So I see these primary, what Liquitex lists as primary, it really is primary, and this would be a good thing for starters if you want to learn color. I know a lot of color classes. See, it's drying up on my palette here. A lot of color classes have you get this set. Liquitex has a yellow, red, and blue primary, and I think they add a black and a white in there. That's a really great set. I've seen it. I almost wanted to get it, but I got this as a convenience set, so I didn't have to do a whole lot of mixing. Now, before these all dry, let's see if we can get the purple, which is the other secondary color we want. Let me use a little bit more pigment on there, a little more paint, so we're not running into that problem I had with the other there. Alright, now that's a little bit of a dark purple, but it's giving you a true purple, which is nice. Let's see if I can get that a little less, what do I want it, a little less red or a little less blue? Let's give it a little more blue. Let's give it a little more blue and see what we get. So now you have more of a bluish or an indigo purple. So you've got that color. Let's give it a little more red and see what we get in that vein, so to speak. Of course, I kind of used a lot of it up already and it's drying out. You steal a little bit of that from over there. And that gives you more of a light or red-violet. So you can mix these and play around with them. I really like that. If I didn't need like such a convenience set, I would really go for their primary yellow, primary red, primary blue, and the black and white. Now, they're not the only ones that have it. Liquitex is not the only brand that carries it. I think they have that in Jerry's in a Soho brand. I've used their acrylics and they're nice, very nice colors, very nice paints. I like the texture, it's fine. The thing I don't like about acrylics in general is that they dry out so fast. So I'm going to stop this right now and go ahead and see if I can use this for another project. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was for the Liquitex Basic Acrylic 48-piece set. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, I know I specialize mostly in watercolor, but I do also use all types of media. And if you'd like to see some other things, let me know. In the meantime, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you next time.